Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video the first calves have arrived. They're in the trailer and we're setting up still. So we're just getting gates in to go across the back of the hay shed there, so that they'll be just here. Father Phil's getting ready to blow in the straw. We'll blow it in on that end and then we'll go fork it up. But as I said in the last video, we're not bedding this side. Liv's gone to get the multi-mineral injection for them. So they'll all be getting 1 ml of a multi-mineral injection. So we'll let them out of the shed one at a time. And as always, all cattle videos are sponsored by Herdwatch. Herdwatch for all your animal recording needs. So we also have step feeder, or just calibrate, head fundamental placer, all that fun stuff. And yeah, we'll just show you new calves and kind of the arrival, the protocol for when calves arrive over the first 2 days. First trailer load of calves is here, all Frisian Jersey Cross and Frisian Cross bull calves. So just need to wait for Liv to get the multi-mineral, and then we'll start letting them out one at a time and give them their multi-mineral shot. Right boys, one at a time.
Under the skin.
Under the skin. No, Nelly, let them go out. Now, so as you can see here, Liv has her multi-mineral injection in her quick fire gun. So they are absolute lifesavers. Well, not lifesavers, but huge time savers, the quick guns. We use them for all the vaccinations. Everything makes life so much easier when you have a good few cattle to do. So they're getting just under a mil under the skin, so it's 1 mil per 50 kilos. These guys wouldn't just be 50 kilos now. They are maybe a smaller kind of a calf. So as I said, they're Frisian Cross, Jersey Cross, Frisian, all boys, and they're 3 to 4 weeks old. As the vet says, it's a little bit of a booster jab or a pick-me-up. It gives the immune system a boost. It makes sure they have all their minerals.
So it increases the uptake of the vaccine.
Increases uptake of vaccines. Just a little boost. Won't see any vaccines till tomorrow, and the reason for that is now it's not to say the calves are stressed from being moved, but the calves would be stressed.
Well, it's a new environment.
Yeah, it's the reason you don't vaccinate them when you're letting them out of the trailer is because the stress of the movement, the new environment and that, the calves release more antibodies to fight infections like a stress response, and it makes a vaccine that makes the vaccine take up less effective. So you do them after your calves have settled in. So we'll be doing them tomorrow with, well, we'll show you tomorrow what we're doing them with. 2 vaccines tomorrow, isn't it? Tomorrow afternoon. So just make sure the calves are settled, they're fed. Yeah, we can really quickly get through these. How do they last? Yeah. Now, well, that's them done. We're getting in on their new environment. Now the new calves are on. So Liver's powder in. Calibrate the feeder now, which I have to try and remember how to do. So you can see Liver's going in with meal to the calves. So this year we're going to be trying out her calves on a bit of a home brew. So we'll be giving them barley, oats, beans, go mix in some molasses and minerals. And as you can see, the calves are already starting to eat your barley oats. So we do have to get more tross. We'll probably get some standing tross for the centre and more hanging tross, just because, as I said, that area there in front of you, that's going to be the traffic area. That's where all feeding, drinkers, everything is. Calibrate water. So so this is just full calibration. So machine has been serviced, but now we're going to feed and water, calibrate it to make sure the right amount of powder is going in, that the right amount of water is going in, and that the right temperatures, make sure everything is working that way. So Father Phil's just getting the straw in there now. That's emptying out. Has to do that a couple of times, maybe 3 times, just to get its averages. So you just, with the new feeder, you just set it up and it just works away itself. We do have another one of these bought. We're upgrading the second feeder to the same as this, Fitness Plus Pro. So our variations is plus 8.3, plus 1.6, minus 2 point, minus 0.4. So new calibration value slightly is different from previous. repeat calibration. Do it again. I'm going to finish up this calibration. Trying to keep up with Liv here. So Liv is going with her precision microbes. We bought a 5-gallon drum basically. So for now, Liv is adding it into the water shot so that each calf gets it. But when Liv is going through the vaccines tomorrow, all the calves will be getting a go of it. Good stuff. Every farmer we work for has recommended it. That's when we started using it. Our new calf feeder we bought has a liquid dosing applicator, so we'll be able to literally pour the precision microbe into the feeder and then it'll dose it into the calves as the calves drink, which is what actually the farmer we bought these calves off today, that's what he does with his heifer calves. He is his feeder or a liquid feeder, and he doses his calves with the precision microbes while they're feeding them in through the feeder's system. That's what Liv was doing there, and that's for gut health. So while I'm waiting on this to calibrate up, so the feeder we're running an Urban Alma Pro Fitness Plus. So it's a continuous feeder mixer. So it has 2 heaters inside in there. One for preheating the water, then one is the main boiler to heat it up to temperature. So then the way it works, then mix and bowl in here. So it doses in as water and as powder and it mixes, but it keeps that bowl full at all times. It's the newer model. For anyone who just doesn't know from last year, then the calves can suck off each station at the same time. Now this is like the new model. So the old models used to work with mix a litre, then pump it to each station individually one at a time. But the new feeder, the Fitness Plus feeder, works that all 4 stations can be drinking at the same time, and the feeder never runs out of milk, so there's no stopping, non-stop feeding. Also comes with 2 screens either side, so when I put in a calf, it's able to tell me how much the calf has to drink and then count it down as the calf feeds. Does it on all 4, and then if they put in a calf and the calf is fed, it just gives me his number. It doesn't let him go. And for anyone who wants to know, the feeder works on each calf has an EID tag. So if you look at the calves, you'll see there's a white tag all in the left ear, which is the wrong ear for us, but it should work all the same. But the left ear, you'll see it has a white tag, and that's the EID tag. So when the calf walks in, that tag registers to this red reader here, which goes to the station, to the feeder. So the feeder knows each individual calf, where that calf is on the feeding scales, how much he has to drink for the day, when he's last drank, and all that fun stuff to individualize every calf. And that's it. So she's calibrated now. It's time to go feed mode. Calibrating the feeding, and we've already 1 calf on the feeder, because while we were calibrating and messing about, 1 calf has walked in. So now while that's filling up, so you'll see that'll fill, she'll dole in and then mix it. That's it. And the calves seem quite content with themselves. So usually we keep the calves in maybe a smaller area to help get them trained on the pen, but with the current setup, it's not ideal. We don't want to bed this area because we want to be able to turn this up and hopefully keep a lot of more muck down. But you can see yourself, the calves have went straight to the straw to lie down, even though he's on his wood chip. But yeah, they're happy out. Liv will bring you through the motions tomorrow on vaccinating and starting the feed. If I can, I'll give her a hand before we go. And it's the next morning. I can see by just looking at this, only 3 calves. So the 3 calves we put in are the only calves that have her on the feeder. Liv is going to be busy. We're on a self-feeding service, lads. You come in here, you get milk. So you want milk? You come in here, like so. There we go. He's in business. So I can load up a few calves here. Maybe they might get the message. You look well for your first night in the wood chip. I'll let Liv take over, see how Liv gets on, and I'm going to get the show on the road.
First morning, just come in the shed. They've sort of got the idea where the feeder is. I have 5 that have fed themselves today. So there would be the 3 from last night, those are the 3 from last night, and then 2 more have gone in this morning. So we'll put a few more in now, get a few more fed. I have a marker to mark the ones that have been in, so I know when I'm going through the shed. Yeah, so we'll get going. Three calves in now. The best thing about this is I can turn the screen round. I can see my 5 who are fed, so they're now all marked. Here's one of them here. They're marked off. I had these 3 in, and I can see it's counting down their milk as they're drinking it. So I know exactly how much they've drank and how fast they're drinking, and I know who's going to finish first, who's going to come out. So we'll keep going. This guy is just finished. This side is to this one, this side is to this one. So he's finished, so we'll find someone else to put in. We'll put this on time lapse somewhere. Right, so this guy's just finished, so it brings me up his number when he's finished. So we just put a hand on the back of his neck to make him reverse. And I have a volunteer here. So I just give him my fingers, pull him forward. I'll put this down. And once he's in, try and let him find the tip for himself. And you see there, it'll pump out a little bit of milk. And then once he gets the taste of that, that's it. So 1.74 is their first feed. And he'll suck away now. And give him a red head. So there you go, finds the tip himself. That's it. 26 calves fed. So hopefully now later they'll grow in themselves. We'll just check the screen. 26 calves on the feeder. At the minute the traffic light system, it doesn't really get going until the first few days. There's Percy the peacock. It doesn't really get going to the first few days until it sort of learns what the calves are doing and how they're feeding. So for now, hopefully a few more of them will go in themselves later. So we're going to give them a bit more meal. So last night they were just getting the barley and oats, but they also rolled beans. So with beans to mix through the meal, and we'll throw a bit into them with the beans on top. So they've all gone off with themselves now. They'll chill out for a bit and then hopefully they'll come back to the feeder. This new feeder is so much better than the old feeder for training calves on. So with the old feeder, with the mixing bowls, you'd be feeding calves and then you'd have 4 calves feeding. It'd be mixing the milk, it'd feed the milk out, then the calves would have to stop feeding it and mix the milk again. So constantly the calves would be waiting for the milk to mix. But with this one, the milk is constantly being mixed. There's always milk being fed to them, so the calves don't stop drinking. And I probably saw in the time episode, I was nearly not quick enough. By the time I'd put my 3rd calf in, the 1st calf was finished. So I was working on 3 stations. So it's a great job. So that's it for now. Hopefully the calves will come in and feed themselves again without me having to put them in, because it's hard to find, or you have to find that balance between feeding them and they have to learn as well, so that they don't associate me walking in here with them coming to the feeder. They need to come in themselves. So hopefully they'll feed themselves again later. We are going to vaccinate them later this afternoon when they've settled in. That's it for now.
And we are back. We got on very well this morning and we got quite a lot of slurry shifted in a short space of time. 4 paddocks covered. Farmer happy. So we've more work to do for him, but he wants to wait for more ground to dry or get grass grazed. I think it was grass grazed and then we'll be back. So we're up to see how calves are doing. Going to go vaccinate now at Liv. So there's 26 calves on the feeder, 12 with the right to feed. So that's how many calves have the right to feed. So you can see where they fed this morning. So it could mean that the other 14 have fed. So you can see there's the calf who's fed twice. So the blue line at the top is the maximum daily amount that they can take. And then the filled line is how much they have drank so far. And when you get that light blue line, that's them with a right to drink, so they can drink, and then how much they can drink to get that line filled. So there's calves there have fed themselves twice today. So there's actually 14 calves that fed themselves twice. So that is quite good. So what we do, now feeder's in cleaning mode at the minute, so no one's going to get fed. So Liv is just mixing up vaccines there at the minute. So we've 2 intranasal vaccines to give. When she comes out, we'll show you. Please do not feed the animals. Stewart Family Farm. So we're just at the dehorning pen. Couple of calves at the feeder, a couple of calves lying down, couple of calves eating some barley and oats. Huh? Beans. Oh, you have beans in it too. That guy looks like he's quite liking it. He's it all over his face. The vaccine we are given an IBR vaccine, live up the nose, and we are given one is Bovilis IBR.
Both Bovilis. You just drop stuff.
It's a lid. And the other one is intranasal RSP. 2 up either nostril, which could be difficult. Liv was able to do 1 the IBR by herself up the nose. But the problem is now, because it's up both noses, it could be difficult. So because I'm here, I might be able to just catch them between my leg and Liv could do them. But if Liv was doing it by herself, she'd have to make use of this pen to be able to run them in and put them through, just to leave it easy. So we'll probably do them in the pen just to have the least amount of stress on them. There's a couple of horns there coming near ready too, so there is. But we'll leave them for a good week or so before we tackle horns, let them settle in well. So the IBR we used before is for IBR. The other one is for RSP. But the normal, last year's vaccination program was Bovipast. The injection under the skin. They were getting it on the farm, then we gave them a booster here. But this year we decided, our vet decided, that we may be better off using this live vaccine up the nose, the RSP, which will give them instant cover to some of the pneumonias, which just means we know every calf is done and done right. And then we'll be going with Bovipast when they're going out of the shed, and 4 weeks before that, so that they get their first shot, so they can get their booster shot. Liv is in full concentration mode.
You have to mix them all.
So that's the vaccination program for this year. A little bit more expensive per calf, but the vet reckons it should be better, because that bottle Liv is giving them there now is instant protection, whereas the Bovipast, it takes some time before they get protection from it. So, yeah. If you can understand that. They look well happy on the wood chip anyways. And also, as you may see, I've changed my attire. I'm now in calf attire, so just while Slurry and Calves is on, have to change the wellies and overalls when you're doing this job to stop cross-contamination and biosecurity and all that fun stuff. So, anyways, we'll put the camera in time lapse and we get some calves toast. Are you first? He's still your friend, isn't he? And the problem now, every calf we do seems to be very friendly with us. Who's next? You want to be next? You're a big chunky monkey, aren't you? Chunky monkey. Right. Just a stock marker. Mark them on the heads. Red for their first feed, green for their first vaccine. Aren't she friendly? Aren't she? We've done. 21 more to go. And that is the calves vaccinated, so I don't think they minded too much. So the rate they're feeding, they're back feeding there now. There's 3 calves in the feeder, so, and they're eating meal. They're eating barley, oats and beans there at the minute, so I can't complain. So yeah, after another couple of days we'll let them down the rest of the way. I think it'll be a week before the next calves come in. Just waiting for them to be 3-4 weeks old. One of our herds will buy from calving a bit later than expected. Yeah, so that's the first calves. That's the protocol when they get here for the first 2 days. We're also munching on hay down there as well. So you let me know what you think in the description or in the comments down below. But anyways, we're going to leave it at that for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That's it. Calves are back. That time of the year again, isn't it, lads? That time of the year again, huh? Good lad. Anyways, that's it.